Hello and good evening, everyone. Just saw what Mr. Oxboy looks like. Well, of course now he's moving, but I saw what he looked like at the start, laying there with his feet in such a weird angle. Well, I will give it a minute for people to trickle in. Let's see here. So we have some contracts, but before I can go off and do any contract work, I have our fields to do. Hey, Husky. During the last stream, I said that in this next stream, I would guarantee that we would start on, actually keeping up with our work. So that's one thing I'm doing right here, keeping that promise. Got to clean up this field, and then I can duck over to. Well, then I can plow this field as well because I want to make it bigger. There's a lot of wasted space around it. Um, and then, of course, we have to plant, seed, whatever term you prefer. And yeah. I think this one's going to be corn. No, because we're too far off from affording our silage harvester, I think. Because I think even a cheap one, the cheapest one available at the moment, of a reasonable size, is just too doggone expensive. I could install a mod, but then I'm dipping into what I'm using on Vintage Survival. Ooh, lag. That was fun. It was weird timing too, because a motorcycle went by, and it's the timing of the sound of the motorcycle made it seem like the motorcycle triggered the lag on the game. Oh yeah. You're fine, Mr. Ox. You just lay down, be good boy. Alright. That is us full. Oh, but we can't go anywhere because, yep, I need to go empty the combine. Not paying attention. That's probably been full right from the very beginning. I set him off while I was doing all my prep work. Alright, that should have him going. This guy's just about done. He's next, and this is us. Yeah, how many acres or hectares though? Oops, where am I going? Back up. This driveway. Now I want to hook up to that. Gotcha. So, decent sizes then. I do own a plow, right? Yeah, I definitely own a plow. Yeah, we've monkeyed around so much that our clover field here, or alfalfa, I forget which one I planted it. It's alfalfa. The alfalfa field there is almost ready to cut again, and I haven't even picked up what we cut last time. Whoops! Guess that just goes to show we weren't in any kind of critical need for it. Bash her head off of every single rafter. Boop. Nice. Oh, I recently missed out on a 11 shank chisel plow that I could have put behind my farmall. Um, it's really too much for the farmall, but it's too big, basically. But I was gonna put it behind it anyway. um, and what I was gonna do is I was just gonna not lower it all the way, so that I'm not digging as hard, and make multiple passes. Because it's still way more convenient to do that than it is to use a two-bottom moldboard plow, which is what I would have to, which is what a Farmall H is made for. They called it back in that day. They called it a two-bottom tractor, two-bottom plow tractor. The M was a three-bottom plow tractor, so on and so forth. The A was a one-bottom plow tractor. So yeah, an 11 shank chisel would have been really nice. It was an Alice Chalmers one from the 1960s, I believe, maybe early 70s. But I don't have the money for it, and somebody else bought it up. This was on console for 22. But the original modder hasn't done anything with it. This is a conversion by a third party. Yeah, the best you guys have is that like 12-meter lizard monstrosity that can be used in cheater mode by hooking it up backwards. Ah, yes, I forgot they added that one. For the longest time, it was just that 9/12-meter one. Yeah, if I couldn't have this, I would be sad. Did you see the short that I put out for the buzzsaw? The actual buzzsaw video will be coming out, the full-length video will be coming out on Saturday. Oh, you can always go back and watch it if you want to. Nothing to be sorry about. We all have lives, we're all busy. Well, shoot, suppose I might as well plow the whole dang field so I get the no weeds bonus for plowing. That'll be one less thing to deal with. Wait, we have weeds turned off, don't we? Because Richard hated weeds. I think so. I mean, it's just a short, so it's only like a minute long. Minute and a half, something like that. So just like real life? I think all the equipment in Farm Sim is extremely thirsty compared to real life, though. When you can burn through an entire tank of field on this in one accelerated day where you're only driving it for like, 2.5 hours. If you're playing at 1x time and burning that much fuel in 2.5 hours, you would be looking at your tractor for a major leak. Alright, there we go. Hold this thing up. It doesn't matter what X time you have it on. It goes by real time, just like the hour meter on your speedometer there on the HUD. Oh. Yep. Hammer down. Quickly. Combine's almost full. But I was paying attention this time. Sort of, kinda. What the heck is that combine doing? It's going the wrong direction on the headlands. That seems very, very off, Husky. Check to make sure in your options that you didn't accidentally put your fuel consumption up to high. I always put mine on low, because I think even what Giants considers normal is just insane. Yeah, maybe try setting it down to low, because that's way too much fuel consumption. Faux show. Pardon me. Right now I'm in a little bit of a holding pattern on doing the things I want to do outside, because we ordered another shed to put up. And I'm waiting on it to arrive, but it's not going to arrive till the 8th. But I really need it to be up and usable, because I need somewhere to put, like, you know, all the stuff that's in the way, that's just stuff stored for using to take care of the lawn, like the push mower and the weed whackers, and which you would call a strimmer. Things of that nature. All the ladies' metals, gardening tools, all that stuff is in my way to work in the shop shed, because I don't have anywhere else really to store it. And if it's not in the way in the shop shed, it's in the way in the tent shed, which is supposed to be project storage. I gotta go out there this weekend and hang the kayaks up on the roof of the tent shed so that they're out of the way. Because right now they're in the way too, taking up a huge chunk of the floor space. We were so stinking busy this year, we never even went kayaking. It's kind of sad. All right. Field 68 should be pretty close. Yeah, it's right there. And 120. 121's up there. Cool. So we go zip, zap, zip, zap, zip. Do that one, and then zip and up over there and zap that one. Perfect. Nice glass of scotch I've got tonight. Mm-hmm. You know, per normal. No. Three's good. I'm over here drinking whiskey from the UK. You're over there drinking whiskey from the US. Oh, that's just great. I think we'll do cannoliers. Helps if I put it in a forward gear. Also helps if I set up my steering assist. want to be at the back of the field. Where is the first of the ups and downs? Is that it right there? Or is there one more? Oh, there's one more. Perfect. Is this not a direct drill? Whoops. I thought this was a direct drill. Oh, it is. I'm just... Alright, I clearly have been doing too much of vintage survival lately, where all my seed and equipment is just put it down, and it's gear driven when you lower it. This is an air seeder. You have to actually turn it on. Now I bet it'll work. Oh, for Pete's sake. I only knew that Renault made tractors because of watching watching Sieber do his role-playing series. One of his characters was a Frenchman that, even though living in the UK, only used Renault tractors. I miss that series. He doesn't have the time to make it anymore since moving to Canada. Oh. What's funny about that is that Lamborghini was a tractor company before they were a car company, or maybe that was Ferrari. One of those two big Italian car companies was a tractor company first and a car company later. Maybe both of them. I remember reading about that and finding it quite funny. Oh, and of course he made it way over there. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, when it comes to tractors, I'll stick to my vintage stuff. If I could get a vintage Lamborghini tractor, I would own it, but I really highly doubt there's any here in the U.S. Oh, that's great. Pride caused all of that. Lag. Alright. This one, I believe, is the one that's going right there, but let's just double check. Field 72. Flathead feeding grain. Perfect. Glad it's close. I often wonder how many Farmall H's you guys have there in the UK still. Since we shipped them to basically every country from the Allied side that participated in World War II and West Germany, so that, because we kind of ran them after World War II. It's the most widely produced tractor ever, I believe. The sheer number of them made is mind-blowing. Well over 1 million. Oh yeah, there's several of them on the bottom of the ocean. Not H's, but tractors in general. Ones that we tried to ship you guys during World War II. Ones that were actually military tractors and were on ships for the war effort. There's many tractors at the bottom of the ocean due to that. Tractors, bulldozers, and of course tanks and planes and ships. Oh, flathead feeding grain, here I come to make it rain. I am not familiar with that one, so I couldn't speak to it. I used to study World War II naval engagements and special operations quite extensively, and I guess I never came across that one. I still kind of keep up on it, but rather than doing my own research now, I just watch Drakenfell, one of your British YouTubers over there. I'll have to check and see if Drakenfell made a video about it or not. If not, I'll put it in his comments to suggest it. Hello, Miss Wild Reese Butt. Go on, lay down on the bed. Distracting dog. Go lay down. Hey, Chris. Thank you. I'm going to have to turn the air conditioning back on. It's approaching 30 degrees Celsius, 28 degrees Celsius, 80 degrees. It is 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Dang. We are burning through fertilizer pretty quick. we don't have to run far to get more. Oh, yes. And let's get paid. Getting paid is always nice. Rattle duty DDs, because this is about to start the headlands. I don't believe I'm going to have enough fertilizer, though. I do not believe it for a moment. Oh, sad panda. Same problem here, too. Just short of coming down far enough. Hope nobody's getting dizzy. Yeehaw! Oh. Alright. I didn't realize I was already on the headland for that one. That's silly. A little bit of grass poking into the field there. Just plow it. Run it. Will I make it to the Combine before it is at 100%? Probably. This time. Come back here, I had to itch my leg. My gas pedal leg. One of these guys over here was the one to plow up next. Wrong direction. He was going the wrong direction down a one-way street in town. And this is what he said when the police chased him down. Oh, give me 40 acres and I'll turn this rig around. It's the easiest way that I've found. Good old truck driving songs. Kind of quiet this evening. Where is everybody? Probably enjoying their last vestiges of summer. If they're in the northern hemisphere, and if they're in the southern hemisphere, they're probably, enjoying spring. That was smooth. That was even more smooth. That's great. That is great. Now, do it right this time, Dingleberry. Nope, that's not right. Come on, turn tighter. Oh, oof the May. Alright, I've been watching too much Vice Grip Garage because that's his thing. Let's try this again. Sure, it makes sense. We do it all winter long sometimes. It's all about what angle that sun hits that atmosphere. And I did it again. Alright. Wider. Now bring it in tighter. Yes, like that. Why was that so hard? Good gravy. I ain't going back for that tiny little missed bit right there. I love this bit of kit, but you cannot trust the AI helper with it. At least not base game. If you have course play, then you can. If you set it up right. But then you still have to set it up right. Which most people don't. Well, it looks like we are actually going to have enough fertilizer to finish this. Sweet. You wouldn't trust yourself. Well, apparently I can't trust myself tonight either. What was that? 5 different spin arounds I had to do because I was going to whack the fence? Ugh. What I would have done in that case in real life, you can't do in the game. And that's just go unhitch from it, go around behind it, use a chain, hitch up to the rear end of it, pull it backwards a little bit to adjust, then go back to the front and finish the job. Would have been faster than going around 5 times, trying to get it lined up right. Of course, with enough experience, farmers just do it without thinking about it. Alright, I am going to get that little bit because I have to get this bit over here. This one's big enough and old crop that it will annoy me. There we go. Fold up, Buttercup. Why is that, Husky? Driving the tractor's pretty easy, all told. Where is he? Oh my goodness, he made it all the way back around to me. Shocker. That is a truly shocking turn of events. I had 5% seed left in this thing. Wow. Can you drive a manual transmission? If you can drive a manual transmission, you can drive pretty much any tractor out there. Especially since most of them are very forgiving, you can come to a complete stop and go into any of the working gears and start off in that gear. Road gears, you have to shift on the fly, and they're not all synchronized transmissions. So with those, it's a little harder. You have to get a license? We don't need a license here to drive a tractor, any farm machinery. No license required. And if you need to go on the road with a farm vehicle, you can get your regular driver's license to do that at 14 years old. Well, yeah, I get the HGV. That's a CDL here, commercial driver's license. But that's because you're driving it on the road. If you never drive it on the road, you don't need any sort of license for anything here. Your equipment, private property, you can drive whatever you want. Most farm equipment, you can go down the road without a license. Although you are strongly encouraged to have one. We have like 6-year-olds over here driving tractors in the field by themselves. There's one kid that's real famous. He's about 10, I think. He's got a YouTube channel. He's always talking to his grandpa who owns the farm on the CB radio inside the truck. But, yeah. Well, I suppose I better take that grain cart and go unload it, eh? And the kid farms better than most adults that I've seen, so literally the benefit of growing up in the seat. Every time I've watched this kid, he's been in a John Deere, even though that's not all his grandpa owns, so I think he might have a preference for the Deere. Just a little, maybe. Hi, sir. Why are you giving me a funny look? Is that because you didn't go out with the other kids when Momo took them out? Whose fault is that? It's your fault. Quit giving me the dirty look. I'm not ready to take a break yet. Did you just toot? Oh, no, you're scratching. Okay. Good, because I don't want to smell it. I don't have a strong brand preference. I have a strong era preference. 60s, 70s, and 80s is the best tractors ever made, in my opinion. With 50s being pretty good, too, and 90s being okay. Even some of the 40s tractors were pretty doggone good. They're just really low horsepower. Well, so are most of the 50s tractors, but... if I was made of money, I would have purchased a Farmall. I don't know if it was an H or an M, because the guy selling it doesn't know. It's one of those two based on the size and configuration. I could get exactly what it is if I was there, looked at the serial number tag, but it's one of those two. It's been Chevy V8 swapped. So the 4-cylinder straight 4 has been pulled. Uh-oh. That's some pretty serious lag. Come on, baby. You're funny, Scorp. I'm completely lagged out. But yeah, well, since I'm all lagged out, I'll just see if I can't show you guys the V8 swapped Farmall. Why did I go to there? That is so not what I meant to do. That is for sale on the Facebook marketplaces. I lost my connection to the game, huh? Well, that's rather unfortunate. But we all knew that was coming. Well, I hope it was just a lag bubble and not the server crashing. We'll know that shortly. And I have it auto-saving on an interval. Fingers crossed. That's not a good sign. That is not a good sign at all. Yep, she's offline. Let's have a look at the log file. Well, it did save successfully just a few minutes ago, so we didn't realize, or didn't lose much, rather. Let's get this started back up. While it's trying to start up, I will... it's not that kind of autosave. This is a special server autosave. If you want to do dangerous stuff on a server, the answer is usually just don't. Oh, really? Now I'm not going to be able to find that Farmall V8? Come on. Maybe he finally sold it. If so, good for him. Go check, see if the server loaded up. Nope. Try again. Have a good night, Husky. Well, phooey. Oh, good. Server loaded. Well, I guess I might as well give up searching for this thing because it looks like it finally sold. Darn. Alright, get the game back up on the screen and let's load in. I see. It was right before I unloaded. Okay. Really? This field has already been worked, huh? What drugs are you smoking? Where the heck's that guy going? You are supposed to resume, senor. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I'm just gonna go and empty. He's gonna just drive all the way around the field again 3 or 4 times. Workers, man. You just can't find good help these days. Came in a little hot. Hello? What is going on? That was wild. Well, there went the dogs. Has our worker in the John Deere sorted himself out yet? It does not appear so. Where the hell is he? He went to the far side of the field. Okay. Guess we'll go over there. If we get there in time, we will sneak back alongside this guy, emptying him on the go. It looks like we will, so that he can just keep going for a long time. Good enough. Alright, let's get back to our job, eh? Oh. Hello, sir. Get back on your dog bed. Dog bed. Where's that Scorp? He disappeared. Lay down on the dog bed, kids. Thank you. Alexander, get on the dog bed, please. He's like, but Reese was bothering me. Good boy. Reese has a big butt. Leave me alone, Dad. That's my big butt. Alright, so it was Clover, too, not Alfalfa. I always get the two of them mixed up and backwards. We are going to get the first two headlands of this done and call it a night, because I'm getting tired and I have other things that I need to do yet this evening. So, yeah, gotta exercise that whole time management skill. Hi, sir. You look so funny sitting like that. Look at him. Isn't he so cute? Handsome. And silly sitting like that. Oh, oh. Don't knock the camera down. Don't knock the camera down. Jeepers. You know what? It looks like we might get full just about that time that we finish these two headlands too, which was kind of my plan. We'll be able to get these into the silo to start cranking. I don't know what Giants did that my rendering settings are on this game are not being obeyed. I'm gonna have to double check my settings, make sure one of them didn't get reset, because this circle that's right around me, just barely in front of the tractor, irritates the piss out of me. There's no reason for it. Not with my high-end graphics capabilities on the new PC. Really wasn't any reason for it even on the old PC. Moose is just staring at me. Yes, hi kids. You're good kids, aren't ya? Most of the time, Dad, most of the time. Sometimes we're irritating, though. Yeah. But I still love you, don't I? You good dogs. Maybe not Reese. She's a brat. That got her to look at me. uh. Alright, well this is going to work out just about perfect here. And I might as well just take this row back, because I got to head that direction. And get completely full before we dive down to that silo over there. So close to the end of the row, and we don't make it. Oh, that's great. What do we got here? Clover, we can make silage. Okay. That's not what I expected, but it works. Put all that on distributing, and we need to get some actual grass in here then. So we're going to get one more harvest out of the field of clover, and then we're going to plow it back to grass because we're going to be doing corn for silage. Alright, everybody. On that note, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and as always, I will see you on the next one.